So the NBA draft is 2 nights away, and it's still looking like the Toronto Raptors could make a plethora of moves between now and the draft. What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? We are here with our final lottery pick rebuild before the draft, and there's maybe a possibility where the Raptors do a trade with the Portland Trail Blazers involving Pascal Siakam. They could still move OG Anunoby. Heck, there could be a sign and trade involving Fred VanVleet going to a different team. They already made one big move this offseason by firing Nick Nurse, who won a championship with them 4 years ago in 2019. So he was only the head coach of the Raptors for 4 seasons. They ended up picking up Darko Rajakovic out of, or from Memphis. He was an assistant there for 3 years. So we were going to sign him to be our next head coach. And I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I think I may look to try to make it work with Pascal and Scotty Barnes. We know Masai Ujiri isn't going to make a trade unless he's like 100% winning it at the current moment. And it's looking like that they aren't going to move Pascal Siakam. I think that there is still a chance OG Anunoby gets moved, but it's looking like they are moving on from Fred VanVleet. Gary Trent Jr. is most likely opting out of his player option as well. I also wanted to apologize for kind of the laggy gameplay in yesterday's Bradley Beal Suns rebuild. Unfortunately, I was at home and my graphics card is a little bit outdated over there, so this was a wake-up call to upgrade that. So I just want to apologize for kind of the poor quality of the video from yesterday. I still appreciate it if you watched it and enjoyed the video. But yeah, let's start the draft. Let's just kind of see what happens. Wemby goes 1, Brandon Miller goes 2. All right, I think since I already traded up to get Scoot Henderson and the Pelicans rebuild, I don't want to just do this again with the Raptors. But whoa, somebody I was thinking about taking at 13, Cason Wallace goes already to Houston at 4, which is a little bit of a reach. And the Magic trade the 6th overall pick for Terry Rozier and a future first. I honestly could see a trade like that. Maybe involving pick 11 though, but they are getting a future first out of it. And they go with Amen Thompson there. So they end up with Brandon Miller and Amen Thompson in this draft. Oh, Keontae George was another player I would have taken. I want to see if I could trade OG Anunoby for 3 first-round picks. I don't really need a player in return. I don't know if the Magic would give me 11 and 2 future firsts. Let's just see. They counter offer it. Yeah, they want my pick. Okay, that's going to be tough to do. So I think I would have to ask for 2 firsts. So I'd basically be getting 11 from the Magic plus that Hornets pick they just picked up. You know what? I'd be okay with that. We had the 11th pick and the 13th picks in this draft. We get a future first from Charlotte. Wow, okay. Never mind. We're not doing that. Now, what about if the Hawks are trying to make like a win now move? Like, could I maybe get AJ? They don't have the money to do this. I thought this would have been an interesting idea. All right, would the Nets give me 122 in this draft and the Joe Harris expiring? Maybe I could get like one of these Suns picks as well in exchange for Anunoby. The Nets are trying to win now. They don't have some of their picks due to the James Harden trade. They are not interested in that. I would also give you Chris Boucher if the money can work. We're going to do like a little bit of a soft rebuild, nothing too crazy though. But I would give up Chris Boucher and Anunoby for 3 first-round picks. Come on, really? Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that done. Okay, maybe I'm going to get 2 first, not 3. So let's go up the Rockets, who maybe want to expedite this rebuild. Could I get 20 and the Nets first-round pick, the swap in 2025 for OG? They say yes to that. Okay, so we get 2 firsts in exchange for Anunoby. The Wizards trade the 8th overall pick for Walker Kessler. Okay, Utah. And at pick 13, I'm taking the next either point guard or shooting guard for the future. I don't know where he's going to be yet. Kobe Buffkin. He's a top 10 player, in my opinion, in this class. He's a top 8 player. I'm super high on Kobe Buffkin out of Michigan. And with Fred VanVleet gone, and like I said, Gary Trent Jr. could also be gone. He's going to be a nice replacement for the next 4 years. And you know what? We're taking another point guard. So maybe I'm going to do a Jalen Hood-Schifino, who I just took in this pick from the Rockets trade. And maybe I have him as my point guard and Kobe Buffkin as my shooting guard next year. That could be fun. So yeah, we are going to sign both of them and develop them. Both are 6'5" guards. Of course, Fred VanVleet opts in, so I'm probably going to treat this like a sign and trade and maybe get a heavily protected first for him to a team that doesn't have cap space to sign him or something like that. Gary Trent Jr. also opts in. Okay, I mean, I may trade him as well. We're going to decline the options on Malachi Flynn and Thad Young and Ron Harper Jr., so of course that happens in 2K. You know what I might do with VanVleet though? I may just release him because we already know he's not opting in. And Gary Trent Jr. hasn't opted out yet at the moment I'm recording this, so I'm probably going to try to flip him, but yeah, we'll just act like VanVleet opted out, which affects my cap space a little bit, which is annoying. But yeah, let's give Jakob Poeltl a 4-year deal, but the last year isn't fully guaranteed, so it's 3 fully guaranteed years to be the center going forward. We're going to send Gary Trent Jr. to the Lakers for Max Christie in a 2025 first-round pick that's top 3 protected. I'm going to sign John Wall to a 1-year deal just to be a veteran point guard in the locker room since I have some rookies in Kobe Buffkin and Jalen Hood-Schifino. Anton actually got 6 or almost 7 million guaranteed from the Heat. We are going to renounce the rights on him, unfortunately. But I expect to see some good play or playing time out of Koloko next year. And yeah, I'm going to look to extend Pascal Siakam if he wants to. If not, I could move him at the deadline. And I'm going to snag a shooting guard as well, Edmund Sumner. I'm going to save my cap space going forward. So we are going to sign him to a one-year deal. So personally, I don't think this team is going to be great next year. I think like we are going to have some struggles. I just want to see Scotty Barnes develop maybe a little bit of his jump shot. I do want to extend Pascal Siakam. Maybe not on like a 5-year deal, but if I can get it done on like a 3-year deal, I would appreciate that. We have Pirtle, we have Achua. Like, I want to develop Kobe Buffkin and Jalen Hood-Schifino, and I believe our pick is somewhat protected with the Spurs from the Pirtle trade. All right, so this is what the rotation is going to look like. We're going to go 27 minutes to the rookies in the backcourt. We have Barnes and Siakam getting 35 apiece, 29 to Pirtle. Then we have a lot of bigs off the bench, Achua, Boucher, and then Christian Koloko. And then we have Max Christie and John Wall off the bench. System proficiency is 2.5-star balance. We're not going to be great this year, and I know we aren't. It looks like Siakam does want to test free agency. I was expecting that. So if there's a trade that makes sense at the deadline with Siakam, I may think about it. And our pick is top 6 protected this year. So I would either want to be a top 6 pick in the draft, so be that bad, or make the playoffs. I don't want to be in that in-between spot. We lose by 1 point to start off the season. Scotty Barnes at 23, Siakam 19. Kobe Buffkin and Jalen Hood-Schifino, I think, played fairly well in their NBA debuts for sure. Let's see how these 2 games go against other Eastern Conference opponents. Lose to the Hawks and lose to the Wizards. So I don't know how this season is going to go. Like I said, Kobe Buffkin's off to a good start. How is Jalen Hood-Schifino off? 1.7 assists. Can he average more assists, please? Lost by 20 here to the Wizards, who don't, or they have Bradley Beal. Okay, I'm going to have to put him on Phoenix. But we beat Indiana by 1 there. Siakam with 28. Kobe Buffkin with 26. I guess it's going to be an inconsistent year. This is brutal. Head of the trade deadline all-star draft, Jalen Hood-Schifino breaks his left ankle. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. So John Wall is going to be the point guard going forward. Last game here before the all-star draft, we lose. We are 20-33. I guess that's basically where I thought we would be. Do we have any all-stars this year? I do not see Pascal Siakam's name, unfortunately. Kind of want to keep Siakam. Like, I want to keep our franchise players still. And we string 2 wins here against the Cavs as Kobe Buffkin, who's having a very good year, man. He is. He played well. How is Siakam? 19 points. Why do I feel like he's just not averaging as much as he should? He had 25 here as Barnes had 17. Barnes is averaging 21 points. Whoa, I did not realize that. Okay, he is killing it. How is Pirtle doing? Pirtle's been fine. He's averaging also 3 assists, which I love to see from a big man. John Wall's actually been pretty good for us in his limited sample size. He also got hurt at one point. So I may try to move some of this big man depth. Like Precious, I think I could get maybe a pick for, because he's still 24 and you would get his restricted rights. All right, I want to see if I can complete a 3-team trade. We're going to try it. So I'm basically sending Precious in a second to Phoenix. We're getting Phoenix's 2026, basically the swap they have with Washington. Kenrich Williams is going to Philly, and then we got to take on Furkan Korkmaz. I just don't want to pay 27 guaranteed to Kenrich Williams, so I'm trying to just flip him to Philly and seeing what can happen there. So let's see if all parties agree. Why don't all parties agree? What about if we send a second from Phoenix over there? Damn, like, I don't know. What about if I send that second to Philly? How about that? I don't even know if I want to give up another second. Okay, so you know what? Let's just do the first trade, and then we can make another trade with Kenrich Williams. All right, so yeah, the Suns are going to pick up a defensive big there. And then, yeah, we're making this trade with Philly, but I'm getting a second-round pick out of it as well, and we get Furkan's expiring. So for the remainder of the year, I think I'm going to go like 32 minutes to Buffkin. I want to go 30 to Pirtle. Who do I want to make as my 6th man? I mean, Max Christie's been a little bit inconsistent this year, but I think I want to give him some run. And then as of now, we might just go to a 6-man rotation. A 9-man rotation with Jalen Hood-Schifino still out, 3-star balance. And that is going to be the only move I'm going to make at the deadline. Siakam will resign. Oh, let's go. And we're going to give him $35 million. It's going to go up each year. I'll give him a player option on the last year, not putting in a no-trade clause. After what happened with Bradley Beal, I don't know if any non-top 5 player ever again is going to get a no-trade clause. And yeah, we have been tanking. Siakam just got hurt, which is fine with me. We're going to finish well below 500. We go 29-53, which is fine with me because, like I said, my pick is top 6 protected next year. Or in this draft, it's also top 6 protected in 2025 and 2026. Shout out to Miles Turner getting depoy. We're probably not going to have anybody on anything. Do we get Jalen Hood-Schifino or Buffkin on rookie first team? We do not. But we do get both of them. There we go, on all rookie second team. I think that could be the backcourt of the future, depending, I guess, where we end up in the draft lottery. But yeah, shout out to Scotty Barnes being the leading scorer. I don't love the Siakam Barnes fit next to each other. I mean, Siakam shot 35 from 3. Barnes shot 32 from 3. But I'm getting Buffkin's field goal percentage really dropped throughout the second half. Buffkin was 34% as a rookie, and Hood Schifino was 34% as a rookie, so I think they did a fine job. And then the Clippers are in the finals going up against the Hawks. Trae Young got the conference finals award, and so did Paul George, and the Hawks ended up sweeping them. But shout out to the Clippers beating the Lakers in a dope conference finals. I mean, it only went in 4 games, but it would be cool if we got that Clippers-Lakers matchup. We never did in the playoffs, and LeBron ends up retiring. Of course, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He gets his jersey retired by 3 teams. Shout out to Blake getting his jersey retired by the Clippers. And let's see where we will end up in this lottery. We also have some other first-round picks sprinkled in here from the Anunoby deal, from the Precious deal. So, yeah, and like the Gary Trent Jr. deal as well. So, our pick is number 3 here in the odds. I almost got that Brooklyn pick, but I think we have that in next year's draft because I thought they would be okay this year. And, they're picking in the top 10. So, I hope that one isn't in the top 3 because then I would definitely regret not getting this year's Brooklyn first in the Anunoby deal. All right, so, of course, that pick that the Rockets had from the Nets is going in the top 4. All right, so I feel like we're going to drop here to 5, and we don't. So, yeah, we're picking in the top 4, which is kind of hype. Let's see if we drop from 3 to 4, which I could see that happening. And no, it's the Brooklyn Rockets pick. And, of course, it's because, I have to trade it back for myself because 2K still doesn't have it as a protection. Ends up being in the top 2. And the Spurs from Charlotte had the 3rd overall pick. The Spurs, man, adding to Wemby. Okay, no, 2K did have a protection on it. Let's go. We got the 2nd overall pick in the draft, picking higher than we did in 2021 with Scotty Barnes. And the Jazz, with their own pick, ended up winning the lottery. So we don't have any other first-round picks in this year's draft. But in next year's draft, we have the Lakers, Nets, picks, and then in 2026 we have the Suns first as well. So I don't really know who to take because it's a good point guard class, but I like Hood Schifino and Kobe Buffkin. The Jazz with the number 1 overall pick select DJ Wagner. Okay, a point guard, so that helps me out a little bit. We could go with Matas Buzelis here with the 2nd overall pick. We could go with Xavier Booker, but I just extended Siakam, so I don't think that would make a lot of sense. We could look to trade down, but you know what? I'm going to go best player available in Matas Buzelis. 6'11" wing. Yeah, I can't pass up on that. And then we're getting Chris Livingston out of Kentucky in the late 2nd. We're going to sign both of them to their rookie contracts. We're going to pick up the team option on Scotty Barnes and Christian Koloko. We're going to extend the qualifying offer to Max Christie, but if he does get a contract, I don't know if I will match it. So, guys that wait free agents, Bird Rights owner, Christie, Korkmaz, and Doughton. We could afford some free agents out here if we wanted to spend a little bit. But I don't know if I'm going to spend. I got Pirtle as my center. I got Koloko as a backup. We have Siakam and Boucher at the forward spots or power forward. We have Barnes at the 3. We have Buzelis, who I think is going to start off as the 6th man. And we got Kobe Buffkin. And then we have Jalen Hood Schifino. I'm actually going to give Trey Mann a 1-year deal to be our backup point guard. And then I'm going to give Max Christie a 1-year extension worth about $5 million, which he probably will accept. There he goes. We're going to get Sharif Cooper $5 million to be our 3rd string point guard. He signs that. And we're going to bring back Serge Ibaka to Toronto, why not, to be our 3rd string center. So do I see a lot of regression? No, I don't. Scotty Barnes goes up to an 89. Even Pascal progresses. We see some progression out of Buffkin and Hood Schifino as well. All right, let's go. All right, so this is the rotation. We're going with the same starting 5 as last year, but Hood Schifino and Buffkin getting a couple more minutes. We're making Matas Buzelis the 6th man. Then we have Boucher, Christie, Koloko, and Trey Mann following him off the bench. Home game against the Bucks to start off the season, going up against our former coach in Adrian Griffin. We ended up losing by 6. Buzelis had a great start to his career. I mean, if we don't do great, our pick is top 6 protected, so it's not the end of the world. And we do have some other first-round picks as well, like a Lakers top 3 protected first, and we have that Nets first, which I think is going to be a great pick. So do we have any All-Stars this season? We do. Scotty Barnes is an All-Star. 21 points, 7 rebounds, 4.6 assists. 36 from 3. We are developing that 3-point shot. You love to see it. Pascal Siakam is not an all-star. But we're 30 and 24. We are much better this season, and I love to see this team improving with the young backcourt, with Jalen Hood Schifino, who has a 58% true shooting percentage in year 2. Kobe Buffkin shooting 38 from 3. Buzelis, 17 points. 40 from 3, 85 from the line. Jakob Poeltl is currently hurt, so we are seeing some Boucher minutes, some Serge Ibaka minutes. But yeah, could I be a buyer at the deadline? I don't know. I think we might. I don't want to sell on any of these picks. We are 31 and 25. We have the Lakers top 3 protected first and a swap best between the Nets and the Rockets. The Nets are the worst team in the Eastern Conference. So I think we're going to be chilling over there. And then the Lakers are doing pretty good with no LeBron. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, like LeBron retired, but they are pretty good with Middleton and Vassell there. So I'm going to just check the contract extension deadline. If not, we are going to just try to get this team in the playoffs. Boucher, I think I'm going to let walk for now. And then everybody else, yeah, Koloko as well. I will see you guys at the end of the year unless a major injury hits. Let's just make the play-in tournament at the minimum. And Jakob Poeltl is going to be out for the season with a spinal injury. That stinks. But we are 40-29 at the moment. So, yeah, I think we will be in the play-in tournament unless we just have a historic collapse here in at the end of the March and April, but I think we're doing all right, so I think we're going to see at least some type of playoff basketball in Toronto. As Luka wins MVP, Montes Buzelis Rookie of the Year, that's what I'm talking about. He was fantastic for us. Tyus Jones, Sixth Man of the Year in Philly. E.D. Depoy, Cole Anthony, Most Improved, and Quinn Snyder, Coach of the Year. Do we get anybody on the All-NBA teams? We do not, and shout out to Gregory Jackson with a true shooting percentage of 42%, making All-NBA third team. I think 2K is broken. That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, in the Eastern Conference, we are the 4 seed. We're taking on the the Chicago Bulls in round 1. We got a DeAndre DeRozan scenario once again. Oh, they got Jimmy Butler back in Chicago. I guess he was traded for Zach LaVine. I mean, that's kind of cool. Miami would definitely not do that. Yeah, straight up LaVine for Butler. Here were the end of the season stats. Scotty Barnes was our 20-point per game scorer. Siakam at 18.1. Hopefully he turns it up a notch in the playoffs. And the only person that really got hurt this season was Jakob Poeltl. Kobe Buffkin, 40% from 3, 58% true shooting percentage. I will take that. Jalen Hood-Schifino, 4.4 assists. It did not go up last year, but he was an elite shooter as well. 41 from 3. He had a 60% true shooting percentage, which I will 100% take. Max Christie was also kind of underrated for us this season. So for the playoffs, I think Buzelis can get like 28 minutes, and that's how the rest of the bench can go. We're going to go 37 to Barnes and Siakam, 27 to Boucher, and then we'll probably go, if we can, 30 to both these guys, to Buffkin and Hood-Schifino, maybe 32 apiece. We'll do 31 apiece, and I'll give one more minute to Montes Buzelis. Why not? System proficiency under Darko is 3.5-star balance. I think it was 2.5 stars a year ago, so it's nice to see. Game 1, we do lose. I would love to get a playoff series victory as Scotty Barnes drops 38 and 11 in game 1, but we'll see. We do win game 2. It's going to be a very close series. Pascal gives me 35. Game 3 is going to go to the Raptors. Let's freaking go. We blow them out. Oh my goodness. By 59 points. I will take that. We had 4 guys score 20 plus. Kobe Buffkin hit 6 threes. Game 4, we pick up the dub by 2 points. Siakam with 32, 10, and 5. Barnes with 23 and 9. And can we beat them in 5? No, we end up losing. Okay. All right, so don't blow a 3-1 lead. Please, Siakam hurts his hip, and we are going to a Game 7. Why is no 3-1 lead safe in 2K, like, ever? All right, well, here we go. Game 7 against the Chicago Bulls. Let's see what happens. We have a solid first... Okay, I was going to say solid first quarter. Then we get outscored by 6. We outscore them in the second and in the third. We're currently up by 2. Are we going to get the playoff series victory in Game 7? And boom, a 44-point fourth quarter. We end up winning by 9. Kobe Buffkin. Let's go. Game 7, Buffkin, 35 and 10. He hits 8 threes. Siakam with 32. And we're moving on to round 2 to take on the Atlanta Hawks, who are the reigning NBA champions. AJ Griffin, who I wanted to trade for as like an efficient god, hit a 63% true shooting throughout the regular season. Oh, Trae Young is hurt. Okay. He ruptured his Achilles. Wow, and Jaylen Brown got hurt as well. So, hey, we could get very lucky. This could be a Mickey Mouse playoff run for us. We do lose by 13 to a DeJounte Murray-led Hawks team in Game 1. Game 2 is going to go to the Hawks. Oh, they kind of blow us out there. Game 3 goes to Toronto. We almost choked that to an extreme amount in the fourth quarter. We ended up outscoring them by 3 points in the whole game. But yeah, we got outscored by 24 in the fourth. If we blew that, I would have just cried. We go down 3-1. We end up losing by 12 here. Damn. No Trae Young, no problem for Atlanta. And we do stay alive. We force a Game 5 because of Kobe Buffkin, who overall, though, hasn't been too efficient for us in the playoffs. Scotty Barnes, you could shoot the ball more. Same with you, Pascal. Hood-Schifino is averaging 5.1 assists. Can we win Game 6 and force a Game 7? Yes, we can. Let's go. We beat him by 15. Barnes with 37. Hood-Schifino with 31 and 7. Buzelis has been all right for us in the playoffs. So back-to-back Game 7s. Milwaukee beat Boston because they didn't have Jaylen Brown. Can we pull off the upset in Atlanta and advance to the conference finals? We're currently down by 24, so probably not. Damn, we couldn't even put up a fight. Yikes, we scored 81 points. Yeah, all right, well, our season is done, but I think it was a solid season. I think we're going in the right direction, and that Lakers pick is going to be so bad. Yeah, Hawks-Lakers in the finals. Hawks sweep them, and they go back-to-back in this video. Damn, we retired DeMar DeRozan, and there goes Serge Ibaka. So draft lottery, we could be picking in the top 3. We have the highest odds at getting the number 1 pick. Well, at least tied for it. And that is it. Let's see where it ends up. And, oh, man, it goes from 1 to 5. Brutal. All right, that Lakers pick is actually at 19 because they weren't, I guess, that good throughout the regular season. The Spurs are going to get our pick, too, later in the draft, obviously. One of our assistants retired. Could we pick up JB Bickerstaff? Oh, that's a huge defensive upgrade there on the coaching staff. All right, so it is time for the NBA draft. And I guess since, like, Proto got hurt, we could use, like, him as an upgrade piece, making $13 million. We have cap space to take on. Whoa, I could get Damian Lillard. I don't know if I want that. Could also get James Harden. Don't also want that. I could get Kawhi Leonard, bringing back to Toronto. Wow, yeah, I just got some crazy offers. So let's just see who's there at 5 for us before we make any moves. And wait, the Hawks have the number 1 pick. They're getting better. What? Thunder are making a trade. They're trading 2 for Kawhi. Kawhi is going to OKC. Wow, OKC has had Kevin Durant, Paul George, and now Kawhi Leonard in the last decade. Clippers take Isaiah Elohim. Nasir Cunningham goes for... And on the clock here, oh no, 4 is, okay, I was off a pick. Wow, the Wizards just traded for Sabonis, and the Kings take Dylan Harper. I was thinking about that. So I wonder if De'Aaron Fox would be on the market. We could take Trey Johnson and continue to build through the draft, but I think I'm going to take him for now. On the clock here at 19, I think I'm going to go with TJ Powers, a power forward out of Duke. But yeah, we got to contend with the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference. But Trey Johnson's an 82. Like, we could theoretically have Trey Johnson and Matas Buzelis be our wings for the future. Like, that's great. Let's pick up all these options. Livingston, I'll, $2 mil. You know, I think I'm going to try to save it. But I still am in the market to upgrade our center position. We do have to pay Scotty Barnes, so I kind of have to make a deal, like, right now. I'm going to give all these guys qualifying offers, but I might take some of them back. Let's see. A top center free agent, Miles Turner, who's won a depoy in this video. Pacers are giving him 5 years, 120. I don't know if I'm going to be able to match that. I might offer a deal to Onyeka Okongwu, though. Could I maybe get him on a... I would give him 2 years, $18 million. I would sign him to that. So I did offer Miles Turner about $30 million a year to see if he would accept that, but I don't really want to give Miles Turner that. Because Scotty Barnes is a yeah, I don't even know if I'd be able to get any type of deal done because I don't want to renounce the rights on Christie or Scotty Barnes, but that means I won't be able to get a Okongwu. Damn, I didn't realize that Scotty Barnes' cap hit is going to be that big, and so is Boucher's. Ugh. Yeah, we're going to have to match any deal Scotty Barnes gets. So, yeah, let's give him 3 years, 101 that the Celtics offered him. Now, here are the affordable centers we can go after. Nick Richards, not a bad flyer. If we think he could be an upgrade over some of these other guys. Isaiah Jackson. Ooh, I would give him a 2-year deal. I don't know if the Pacers would match that. I would assume they would. And they don't. Okay, we pick him up. I'm going to offer Aaron Nesmith a 2-year deal. I'm going to give Jock Londale a 1-year deal. I'm going to offer Dennis Smith Jr. a 1-year deal. And I'm also going to offer Gary Harris a 1-year deal. All right, so taking a look at play progression, Barnes is up to a 90. Buzelis is an 82. Hood Schifino is at an 80. All right, so I do kind of want to see how our Summer League team does. I think Kobe Buffkin got hurt, so he's unfortunately not going to play in it. But we have some guys that are in here like Hood Schifino, Buzelis, Johnson, Powers. I do want to see how some of these guys do. And could we maybe win the Summer League? I think that would be a nice momentum going into the year. Trey Johnson killing it as a rookie. We also have like Jacob Toppin because 2K's got to sign some guys to fill out the roster. Are we going to beat Philly or are we going to choke in the fourth? No, we end up beating them by 21 points. Hood Schifino with 21, Trey Johnson with 20, City Sissoko, I guess we signed as well. We got 10 out of TJ Powers. And let's see, how far can we go in the Summer League? We ended up losing the next game to Boston by 5 points. Damn. All right, so this is going to be our 9-man rotation. JHS, Buffkin, Barnes, Siakam, Pirtle, with Buzelis, Trey Johnson, Isaiah Jackson, and Aaron Nesmith off the bench. I think I'm going to start off the season by sending TJ Powers to the G League. We are 3.5-star balance. First game of the season, Pelicans. We end up beating them by 14. Let's freaking go. I think this could be a great year out of this Raptors squad. So Siakam just broke his ankle. He's going to be out 2 to 4 months. So we're going to experiment with Scotty Barnes at the power forward spot. We are going to start Matas Buzelis. This is going to mean some more minutes for a ton of guys. I'm going to call up TJ Powers from the G League. All right, so this is going to be the rotation with Buzelis at the 3, Barnes at the 4. We got Trey Johnson getting those 6-man minutes. I'm excited to see what this team can look like without Siakam. We are 14-8. All All right, so Siakam just came back. 2 to 4 months in 2K is like 2 to 4 weeks, honestly. Shout out to the season Scotty Barnes is having, though, and Buzelis. Oh, and then Siakam breaks his ankle again. You got to be kidding me. So it is the All-Star draft, and Scotty Barnes, to no surprise, is an All-Star reserve this year. I thought he could even be an All-Star starter. So, I mean, we are 30-22. Pascal Siakam should be back eventually. I don't know if there is a trade to be made right now. If we take a look here at the player stats, Siakam's averaging 19.5 points. But I think we could just keep developing this young core that we have. We do have the Suns first round pick this year. It's like the swap between them and the Wizards, and it looks like the Wizards are not very good. And the Suns are 27-29. But I want to see how this team will finish out. I'm not going to make any more moves. Let's just hope we can stay healthy. And just to double check contract extensions, Pirtle has an extension. He's got a team option. I'll probably pick it up, but I'm not ready to commit more years to him right now. Darius Garland wins MVP this year. Ian Jackson is your rookie of the year over somebody like Trey Johnson that we had. Sabonis is the backup in Washington? Huh? Behind who? I guess Walker Kessler. Wow. Miles Turner won Depoy again on the Clippers. Wow. He didn't go back to Indiana? Or did he get traded? No, he signed with the Clippers. Wiseman gets most improved. Shout out to him. And Carlisle is your coach of the year. Wemby's on all NBA first team. We do get Trey Johnson on all rookie first team. Really good rookie year. Ugh. We finished as a playing tournament team. We finished off the season that poorly. 43-39. Damn. Here were the end of the season stats. Barnes, Siakam, Buzelis, Hood-Schifino, Johnson, and Buffkin were the leading scorers. All right, so here is the starting five, basically what it's been. And then we have Johnson, Buzelis, Jackson, and Powers off the bench. We are 3.5 star balance. Can we beat the Knicks, who are led by Jalen Brunson still? They got their big three of Brunson, Barrett, and Randall. Can we beat them to be the... Well, no, we're not even like the 7th seed. Okay, we're going to beat them. We're blowing them out by a decent amount right now. But yeah, this is to stay alive in the playing tournament. Might have spoke too soon as we get destroyed in that third quarter, but we end up beating them by 26 points. Scotty Barnes with a light 41 piece. Now we're taking on the Celtics. I don't know. I think we could beat them, but like Brown and Tatum in the simulation are just an absurd duo. So we'll see. It's going to be a close game for sure. I feel like we're going to lose this one on heartbreak. Whoa, good start to the fourth quarter there. Don't blow it. And we end up... yeah, losing by 9. So our season is over in the playing tournament. We might make a big move this offseason, I think. The Suns didn't make the playoffs, nor did the Wizards, which is great for that pick we have. You got Blazers and Cavs in the finals, and let's see who wins it all. It is the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's just Eastern Conference teams, Hawks and Cavs, man. So, yeah, we have our first round pick, and since we didn't make the playoffs, it's at 13. The Wizards are projected pick 3, and then we have the Suns pick at 7. Wow, so we may get lucky in this lottery. The Wizards get the number 1 overall pick, and we have picks 8 and 13. We can make a trade. Do I fire Darko? I'm not going to. So I'm going to take BJ Davis-Ray with our first lottery pick here. And I'm going to go with Meek Thomas with our second one. This is the Cameron Boozer draft. And then we are going to sign these guys, even our second round pick. And then I think we're going to look to make a trade. We're going to pick up the team option on Pirtle. All right, I'm going to offer a 4-for-1. Sabonis is coming off the bench in Washington. We have a really good defensive lineup, so I'm looking for Sabonis' playmaking. And if he could space the floor just a tad, like 36 2 years ago, 37 last year, 33 this past season. Like, not a bad three-point shooter. They would say yes to this. I wonder if I can also snag, like, this Kings first that they have as well. And they do. All right, so we make a big trade there. We also have a decent mid-level exception. Can I get Mitchell Robinson to be our backup center? Ah, he declined that. What about Naz Reid? I would give Naz Reid a 3-year deal. And boom, there we go. We do see some regression from this front court, which is fine. I kind of forgot we had Isaiah Jackson as well, so Naz Reid wasn't really needed too much. But in case one gets hurt, we'll be okay. All right, so let's see what this lineup is going to do. I'm going to put Buzelis as the starting shooting guard. Kobe Buffkin is going to come off the bench. We're 4-star balance. Let's see how well we can do. Wemby is your MVP in his 4th year in the NBA. Jett Howard is your 6th man of the year. Okay, well, those are insane numbers to come off the bench, too. Chet won Depoy, and yeah, Jet won most improved. We did get Scotty Barnes on All-NBA second team, 22 points, 8.8 rebounds, 4.7 assists. He shot 35% from 3. Jett Howard off the bench made an All-NBA team. And we finished as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, but the Cavs are just so stacked. Who got Coach of the Year? I was the Cavs coach. Jeez. But yeah, here were the stats for everybody. Siakam is definitely regressing. Sabonis averaged 11 points, but I also get a good rebounder, 6 assists. I was hoping that 3-point percentage would be a little bit better. And we were a relatively healthy team for most of the year, which was nice. Kobe Buffkin's like elite off the bench. I think I'm just going to give Scotty Barnes like 38 minutes a night and see what this team can do in the playoffs. We're taking on the Orlando Magic in round 1, the Fred VanVleet Revenge Series. Let's see how this goes. Can we please just get a playoff series victory? 3-1, boom. Let's go. I want to make the conference finals. I do. In that series, Barnes, Bruzelis, and Hood-Schifino were all studs. Round 2 going up against the Detroit Pistons, who have Nick Claxton. Thank God they don't have Jalen Duren. Can we please beat them? Please, please, please. And we lost in 6. Is this team? Oh, man, I probably messed up on the Sabonis steal. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't a great idea. That sucks. I'm trying to win it all with Siakam, but Siakam isn't getting any better. The Hornets win in 5. And LaMelo averaged 45 points in those finals. Okay. All right, so next year is going to be the final season. Damn, the Phoenix Suns pick is number 1 in this draft. Nets have 1, 2, and 5. All right. I think, since Darko's contract is up, we're going to go out and get a new head coach. Kind of want to bring back Nick Nurse. You know what? It's a reunion in Toronto. Why not? Wait, I didn't even realize I got the 7th overall pick in this draft from the Sabonis trade via the Kings. Oh, let's go. So the Sabonis experiment did not work out. We're giving the Nets even more draft picks, and we're trading Sabonis 7 and our late first for Jalen Noel, but we're getting Walker Kessler to be our center. So the Nets ended up with Ian Griffith, Mel Strong, Paolo Ferrari, and Bradford Green. Pick up everybody's team option here. We're going to pay Kobe Buffkin and Jalen Hood-Schifino. We get Buffkin back for $57 million, or excuse me, 34 and JHS for $57 million. Taking a look here at player progression, could this team possibly win it all next year? Is Siakam going to come off the bench, maybe? You know what? I may experiment with it. We may. What about if I did Barnes at the 4, and then we did, Trey Johnson? Something like this. I don't know. Maybe Siakam off the bench could work out. We'll see. And Wemby takes home his 2nd MVP award this year. Shea is in Portland. Wow. Did he? No, he signed with them. I was like, yeah, we could have brought him to Canada. We're the 2 seed again, going up against the Hornets in round 1. Who have LaMelo and Cat. No Brandon Miller. Interesting. So just taking a look at the stats, they might be all over the place. I experimented with a couple lineups throughout the season. So this is what the rotation is going to look like for the playoffs. These mean 7 guys are going to be getting the most amount of minutes, followed by Naz Reid and Jalen Noel. So can we please, and I mean please, not lose in the first 2 rounds? We're 4.5 star balance. I know they have LaMelo Ball. Please beat them. Okay. We end up gentlemen sweeping them. Now we're taking on Indiana, who are beatable. They're not anything sick in the sim. Oh, they have Casey Wallace, Halliburton, Butler, Booker. Oh my god. Oh my god, this team is insane. What? Oh, we're really going to lose to this team, aren't we? Oh my god, we went in 6. What the hell was that team? That was the sickest round 2 team I've ever gone up against. Now we're taking on the Pistons in the conference finals. They're starting Marvin Bagley, so I think we'll be okay. But they did beat us last year, so can we get revenge on them now? And we do. And now we're taking on the Sacramento Kings in the NBA Finals. Raptors and Kings. And I feel like that Pacers team we played, I don't know, they got Markkanen off the bench. This is also a good team. Final year, I invested a lot of time into this rebuild. Can we please end on a high note? Oh my god! Did they just blow a 3-0 lead? Siakam's your finals MVP too. Let's go. Wait a second. Lost game 1. Oh my god, they blew a 3-0 lead. 2K, you're smoking something tonight. Well, that's kind of absurd. I hope you guys enjoyed this Raptors rebuild. It was a long one. We only kept 2 current Raptors in Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam, but we drafted a ton of talent. Hood-Schifino, Buffkin, Bruzelis, Trey Johnson, and we developed those young guys. So hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.